Solitude enables you to think, through whatever dilemma you may be going through, whatever problems you're facing. Solitude really helps you think. True solitude, guys. Hello everybody, welcome back to the homestead, the mud puddle. I'm not sure what date it is, but I believe we are in the last week of May. Midday, I just got back from hauling some water, 360 gallons give or take. The tank is full. Somebody commented something on one of my videos. And something to the effect that we are not truly living off the grid if we're having to haul in water, and we live off of propane for our appliances, and we do make a grocery run once every 6 weeks, give or take. And I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand what off the grid means. And basically it means that we're not dependent on the electrical grid. The house runs completely on solar energy. So we are off the grid, you guys. But we're not hermits, all right? We're not living out here in a cave, completely living off the land. If shit hits the fan, I believe at this point, after 3 years of living off the grid, the resources that we have on the homestead, I believe that we could survive living off the land with the resources that we have. I believe it, I think. I think we could do it if we had to. But, we still have grocery stores that are available to us. We still have gas stations for fuel, for my truck and my Jeep, etc., etc. So as long as those things are available, we're probably going to continue to take advantage of it. Why not? We're still experiencing off-grid living. We're still experiencing homesteading. We're still experiencing nature, the solitude. And that's very important, guys, the solitude. It's very good medicine, guys. It allows you to think clearly and to figure things out. If you are considering going off the grid, guys, it's very hard to explain what it is. And I know probably some of you, maybe most of you, are comparing it to camping. And I get that. I remember going camping for the weekend. You sit around a fire and you make hot dogs and hamburgers and you listen to a little bit of music, maybe have a beer or two. You're roughing it, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of fun. There's nothing wrong with that. But off-grid living like this, homesteading, is far from camping, guys, especially when you have to do this every day. And, it boils down to solitude, guys. I think most people that go off the grid and live out here in the woods are seeking that solitude. They're seeking peace, you know what I mean? And I hope everyone can understand that and hopefully experience it one day. Especially, I'm very fortunate to be retired, so that adds to the beauty of this whole homesteading lifestyle. And I know it still costs a little bit of money for us to buy groceries, like I said, every couple of months, or buy gasoline fuel for my vehicles or my water pump or generators and things like that. I get that. But we are living freely, guys. I don't have to get up in the morning and go clock in somewhere, and work for someone else. I've done it, guys, and I don't regret anything in my life. It's gotten me to where I'm at right now. But experiencing solitude and true freedom is amazing, guys. This is the way it should be. This is the way, early man was, I'm sure. And, kind of living day to day and just being free, you guys. It's an amazing feeling, especially when you can compare it to not living freely. And, I've talked about this before. I believe everyone should experience living off the grid at least one time in their lives. You should experience all 4 seasons, regardless of where you live in the world or in this country. I believe everyone should experience living off the grid all 4 seasons. To truly understand it, guys, it's very addicting, and I won't, my wife and I will never live any other way. You realize, or at least I realized, once I came out here and started making the comparison, I did a bunch of silly things in the city, guys. A lot of wasteful things, including wasting money, wasting time, wasting resources. And I didn't know any different, guys. This is how we're conditioned. We are conditioned to have to want things right now, need things right now, spend money on things right now. And people are making money off of us, guys, and that's the bottom line. But once you get away from it and see it from a different perspective, you realize that you did waste a lot of your time. You did waste a lot of your money on nothing, guys. And that's the best I can explain that, guys. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. So plan, you guys. If you do want to do something like this, go off the grid, wherever it may be. Start planning now, you guys. Try and walk into this debt-free. Start making plans. Don't wait till the last minute, you guys. Don't wait and think, I'll just wait for Social Security to kick in. Because we may not have Social Security, guys, here in the near future. Things are changing quickly. Things are changing really fast. And life goes by really fast, guys. It truly does. For all you young folks out there, it seems like an eternity, that you're going to have to work forever. But it will come to an end, you guys. It will come to an end. And I certainly hope that you're preparing for it. We came this close to backing out of this. It's a very big step, you guys, going off the grid. It's a big deal. It's a big game changer. It changes your life. But we came this close to canceling all of our plans, and I'm glad we didn't. So if you are considering it, if you're a little hesitant, if you're unsure, we didn't come out here knowing everything, guys, and we still don't know everything. But you have to jump into it if this is what you want to do, and go for it. You will realize that you can do a lot of things that you didn't think you could do. And that's important, guys. Learning something about yourself that you didn't think was in you. And that's part of what's happened with me out here. You learn as you go. I say that all the time. If you happen to be one of those individuals, one of those social butterflies that needs and requires people around them all the time, parties and drinking and just socializing, this may not be for you, guys. Something like this may not be for you. In the last 3 years that we've been here, we haven't met anyone that wants to be a social butterfly. We have a major road, a main little dirt road that a lot of us use that live here in the area, and we run into each other every once in a while and we say hello, how's it going, have a good day, see you later, whatever. We know who we are, we know we recognize each other, but that's the extent of it, guys. I know they don't want to be bothered by me, and I certainly don't want to be bothered by people all of the time as well. That's why we're out here, guys. This is why we're living this way. Everyone that we've met, neighbors and stuff, are the same way. They're out here to be left alone for the most part. It doesn't mean that we're antisocial. It doesn't mean that we're strange or there's something wrong with us. It doesn't mean that we're hermits. It just means that we are enjoying the peace that comes with being a homesteader, living off the grid. The peace, the solitude, the ability to think without any interruption. That's very important, guys. That is very big medicine, and that's something that I've discovered here in the last 3 years. Find solitude, guys, if you can. Even if it's a city park somewhere, if you can find a little spot somewhere where it's quiet and you're kind of alone. Talk to yourselves. It's important to be able to think without any interruptions. We get so conditioned, you guys, with having to need things, having to want things. And it's part of corporate America, guys. They want us to spend money so we can make them rich. We don't need a lot of things that we think we need. And like I said a minute ago, once you step away from it and see the big picture and compare it to the way you used to live, it makes total sense. So again, I hope everyone gets to experience some solitude in their lives, true solitude. It's amazing, guys, to be out here and to just listen to silence. All I hear right now are the trees, moving back and forth in the wind. And It's freedom, guys, true freedom. Again, I am very fortunate to be retired and living this way. Financially, we're good. You know, I know we still have to spend a little money, like I said, on groceries and, you know, the basics. But for the most part, guys, it is true freedom. This is true freedom, the freest I have ever felt in my life, with the exception of maybe being 10 years old, running around, being little kids, you know, with no worries. This is true freedom, guys, and, you know, don't be manipulated. Don't think that you have to live a certain way because everyone else around you is living that way. We don't all need, you know, 2 or 3 cars and a boat and an RV and, you know, a big home and, you know, 35 different friends, parties every weekend. You know, some of you probably need that. I don't know. But once you step away from it, guys, like I said, for me, I realize how silly that is. It really is silly to me, guys. I'm not trying to cut anyone down. I'm not trying to put anyone down. But for myself, I see a comparison of the way I lived and the way I live now. And this by far, by far, is so much worth it, so much enjoyable, so much rewarding, guys. And I won't change this at all. I will die doing this. So will my wife. This is what humanity, I believe, is missing, is true freedom. And I know there's probably societies out there, villages out there throughout the world, tribes out there, maybe in South America, that live this way, guys. But the only difference between the way they're living and the way that I'm living out here is they don't know any different, guys. They were born and raised living like that, you know, hunting for food every day, gathering water every day, you know, taking care of their little community, their little village as a whole. But the advantage I have is that I can make a comparison. I lived in a big city. I believe Phoenix, Arizona is the 5th largest city in the country. I lived that way for a long time. I worked my ass off for a long time. And now I can compare that to the way I live now. That's the advantage I have because I can make that comparison. And I'll tell you right now, guys, without a doubt, this is the way to live, you guys. And yes, you have to work hard at it, guys. If you come out here and sit around and be lazy, then, you know, you're not going to get anything out of it except for misery. So yes, you have to come out and put work into it, put some effort into it. But it's worth it 100 times over, guys. It is completely worth it. The freedom, the solitude, the ability to think, process things, and the confidence that you get by discovering that you can do things you didn't really think you could do. There's nothing like it, guys. And hopefully you get to experience something like this and really give it all. Give it all you have, guys. If you are making a plan to do something like this, give it your all, because that's where it's going to be more rewarding. Anyway, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for listening. I'm feeling much better. I was sick for a little while, about a week or so. Feeling much better. I'm feeling energetic, and just wanted a quick talk. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy the full moon. It'll be out again tonight. And take care of yourselves, guys. And like I said before, I say it all the time now, get outside and do something, guys. Go out for a walk, go hiking somewhere, and not just down the road and back. Make it a hike, make it a good hike. Go climb a mountain, go climb a hill. Spend some time in nature. Hear the silence, feel it, guys. Feel nature, feel a part of the land like everything else around us. It's an amazing feeling, guys. It is really good medicine. It'll change you if you start thinking this way and if you start experiencing things like this. Anyway, hope that makes sense, guys. We'll talk to you next time.